It's Dana's room here, and actually the Dana's book room. And today we are gonna read Magic Tree House number 3. Mummies in the Morning by Mary Pope Upstone. Since all the Magic Tree Houses have 10 chapters, I will read the 1 and 2. So I hope you enjoy. Chapter 1, Meow. It's still here, said Jack. It looks empty, said Annie. Jack and his 7-year-old sister gazed up at the very tall oak tree. At the top of the tree was a tree house. Late morning sunlight lit the woods. It was almost time for lunch. Shh, said Jack. What was that noise? What noise? I heard a noise, Jack said. He looked up around. It sounded like someone
coughing.
I can't hear anything, said Annie. Come on, let's go up. He grabbed to the rope ladder and started climbing. Jack tiptoed over to a clump of bushes. He pushed aside a small branch. Hello? He said. Anybody there? There was no answer. Come on, said Annie. Annie called down. The tree house looked the same as it did yesterday. Jack still felt that someone was nearby. Could it be the person who put all the books in the tree house? Jack! Jack gazed over the top of the bushes. Was the mysterious person watching him now? A person whose name began with M. Maybe M wanted the gold medallion back. The one Jack had found on the dinosaur adventure. Maybe M wanted the leather bookmark back. The one from the castle book. There was an M on the medallion and an M on the bookmark. But what did M stand for? Tomorrow I'll bring everything back, Jack said loudly. A breeze swept through the woods. The leaves rattled. Come on, Jack, called Annie. Jack went back to the big oak tree. He grabbed into the rope ladder and climbed up. At the top he crawled through a hole in the wooden floor. He tossed down his backpack and pushed his glasses into place. Which book is it going to be today? Said Annie. She was looking at the books scattered around the tree house. Annie picked up a book about castles. Hey, this isn't wet anymore, she said. Let me see. Jack took the book from her. He was amazed. It looked fine. Yesterday it had gotten soaked in the castle moat. The castle book had taken Jack and Annie back to the time of night. Jack silently thanked the mysterious knight who had rescued them. Watch out! Annie warned Annie. She waved the dinosaur book in his face. Put that away, said Jack. The day before yesterday, the dinosaur book had taken them to the time of dinosaurs. Jack silently thanked the pterodon who had saved him from the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Annie put the dinosaur book back with the other books. Then she gasped. Whoa, she whispered. Look at this. She held up a book about ancient Egypt. Jack caught his breath. He took the book from her. A green silk bookmark stuck out of it. Jack turned to the page with the bookmark. It was a picture of a pyramid. Going towards the pyramid was a long parade. 4 huge cows were pulling a sled. On the sled was a long gold box. Many Egyptians were walking behind the sled. At the end of the parade was a sleek black cat. Let's go there, Annie whispered. Now wait, said Jack. He wanted to study the book a bit more. Pyramids, Jack, said Annie. You love pyramids? It was true, pyramids were high on his list of favorite things after nights, but before dinosaurs, way before dinosaurs. He didn't have to worry about being eaten by a pyramid. Okay, he said, but hold the Pennsylvania book in case you want to come right back here. And he found the book with a picture of their hometown in Fall Creek, Pennsylvania. When Jack pointed to the pyramid picture in the Egypt book, he cleared his throat and said, I wish we could go to this place. Meow, what was that? Jack looked out the tree house window. The black cat was perched on a branch right outside the window. The cat was staring at Jack and Annie. It was the strangest cat Jack had ever seen. It was very sleek and dark with bright yellow eyes and a white gold collar. It's the cat in the Egypt book, whispered Annie. Just then a wind started to blow. The leaf began to shake. Here we go, cried Annie. The wind whistled louder. The leaf shook harder. Jack closed his eyes as the tree started to spin. It spun faster and faster and faster. Suddenly everything was still, absolutely still. Not a sound, not a whisper. Jack opened his eyes. Not bright sunlight nearly blinded him. Meow. Chapter 2. It's Dana's reading room, and I just finished chapter 1 of the Mummies in the Morning. It's where Annie and Jack went to the treehouse, and the treehouse started spinning. And we're gonna read chapter 2, Oh Man, Mummies, and I think it's gonna be really fun. Thinking of this, I feel like mummies are gonna awaken, but it's way too early to tell, so we're just gonna read chapter 2.
Oh, okay. What do you think is the cat about?
I think the cat.
Why do you think there was this cat meowing all the way?
I don't really know, but we can find out in chapter 2.
Okay, good answer.
Chapter 2, Oh Man, Mummies. Jack and Annie looked out the window. The treehouse was perched on top of a palm tree. The tree stood with other palm trees, a patch of green surrounded by all the sandy deserts. Meow! Jack and Annie looked down. The black cat was sitting at the base of the tree. His yellow eyes were staring up at Jack and Annie. Hi, Annie shouted. Shh, said Jack. Someone might hear you. In the middle of the desert, said Annie. The black cat stood and began walking around the tree. Come back, Annie called. She leaned out the window to see where the cat was going. Oh, wow, she said. Look, Jack. Jack leaned forward and looked down. The cat was running away from the palm trees towards a giant pyramid in a desert. A parade was going towards the pyramid. The same parade as in the Egypt book. It's the picture from the book, said Jack. What are those people doing? Asked Annie. Jack looked down at the Egypt book. He read the words under the pictures. When a royal person died, its grand funeral processing took place. Families, servants, and mourners followed the coffin. The coffin was called a sarcophagus.
Coffin was called 어디서?
So
Wow, sarcophagus.
it was pulled on a sled by 4 oxen. It's an Egyptian funnel, said Jack. The box is called a Oh, forget it. He looked out the window again. Oxen in Egypt, black cat, all were moving in slow or dreamy way. I better make some notes about this, said Jack. He reached into his backpack and pulled out his notebook. He always kept notes. Wait, said Jack. And he wrote, coffin called sarcophagus. We'd better hurry, said Annie. If we want to see the mummy, she started down the rope ladder. Jack looked up from his notebook. Mummy? He said, there's probably a mummy in that gold box. Annie called up. We're in ancient Egypt, remember? Jack loved mummies. Put down his pencil. Goodbye, Jack, Annie called. Wait, Jack called. Mummies? Annie shouted. Oh, man, said Jack weakly. Mummies? She sure knew how to get to him. Jack shoved his notebook and the Egypt book into his pack. Then he started down the ladder. When he got to the ground, he and Annie took off across the sand. But as they ran, a strange thing happened. The closer they got to the parade, the harder it was to see it. Then suddenly it was gone. The strange parade has disappeared, vanished. The great stone pyramid was still there, towering above them, panting. Jack looked around. What had happened? Where were the people, the oxen, the gold box, the cat? They're gone, said Annie. Where did they go? Said Jack. Maybe they were ghosts, said Annie. Don't be silly. There's no such thing as ghosts, said Jack. It must have been a mirage. A what?
Mirage.
Mirage. It happened in the desert all the time, said Jack. It looks like something still, but it just turns out to be the sunlight reflecting through heat. How could sunlight look like people in mummy box and a bunch of cows, said Annie. Jack frowned. Ghosts? She said. No way, said Jack. Look, Annie pointed at the pyramid near the base. Was a sleek black cat. He was standing alone. He was staring at Jack and Annie. She is no mirage, said Annie. The cat started to slink away. He walked along the base of the pyramid and slid around the corner. Where's he going? Said Jack. Let's find it, said Annie. They dashed around the corner just in time to see the cat disappear through a hole in the pyramid.
So, now that you read second chapter, what do you think?
I still can't really tell what the cat is for, but well, that's all for now, but I can't really tell what the cat is for, but I can see that they have ended up in the pyramid, and I'm really excited to see what's in the pyramid. And thinking of the other chapter, it's alive. I feel like they're gonna meet some kind of mummy.
Yeah.
It says on
Right.
the mummy.
Are you excited to hear Jack's famous line? Oh man.
Sure.
Yeah? You should try to look at the camera. Try to look into the camera.
Sure. And then I'm just a little tissue for a bookmark. Little birdie. I'm gonna put it here, and for now, stick it right there because
See you next time. Say see you next time.
So see you next time. Bye.